Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to City Skylines 2 with me, Emory. We are currently overlooking the finished Chinatown and we are happy with that. And if we look to the right, we can see our playground for the day, which is going to be the island there to the right. If we just do a quick zoom out to check our progress so far, we have Chinatown here, followed by, of course, Old Town and Central. And to the right there, we have Newport. If we look outside the city, we have Chesham over here and a small industrial area. The main industrial area is right here, and we also have a small resource gathering area up there. Anyway, before we start, look at the transport. The tram line is quite well utilized, I would say. We have about 70% usage with 4 vehicles on there. 700 passengers. We will, of course, redraw this line today. Yeah, the line currently goes from Newport down to Central, all the way down to Bastille Square. We'll redraw the line so it'll branch off here instead, go to Chinatown. We'll add a new line coming from Bastille Square, a short line up towards Central, so we don't lose any stations. Before that, though, we will have to build a new stop, so let's do that real quick. Let's just add the final touches to this station, and we are actually ready to redraw the line. So let's see if we can find, there it is. Let's start by removing these two stops right here and that waypoint as well. I don't know why that is there. Then we're gonna take this stop and just draw it all the way, drag it all the way down here to the North Station stop. We are, of course, going to add the new St. Martin's stops to this line and the other stops as well. So we're gonna add stops on the island later, but for now, let's add this stop, which is called Gateway, followed by this stop, which is called Red Temple Chinatown, North Stop or North Station we already have added, and then the final station here, which is gonna be the Wall Station. So hopefully people will utilize this line heavily. That's good for us, so we get some more money. Yeah, the subway system is not up and running, so I will have to change the number of trams, of course, and the name for the line. Because 4 trams is not enough, we're gonna double that to 8. Let's just follow this tram quickly and make sure that it goes around without any issues. Well, no problems at all. Excellent. Let's leave this tram behind and add tram line number 2. Once again, we're heading down to Bastilian Square. We'll make a short line, basically consisting of only 3 stops. First one is, of course, Bastilian Square. Number 2, St. Martin's. And number 3 is Ringholm Station. We use the terminating track up there so they can easily turn around without disturbing any other lines. And then heading back down here. Let's call this line, no, that's the buses. There we are. Let's call this line T2, meaning, of course, tram line number 2. Goes from Bastilian Square to Ringholm Station. So this island here is serviced by the tram. It is also connected to the main station and Chinatown station right here. You can easily just walk over the bridges or take the tram. So we'll start by adding some parking. We'll do the same design there with parking alongside the waterfront. So let's just fill the rest of the lower area here in with some roads. The shape doesn't really matter, just fill it in however you want to. You can use straight roads, you can bend roads, the area doesn't need to be square. With Move It, you can usually move houses into position so it will look good, or at least fairly good, or good enough, whatever you want to call it. So it doesn't need to be square and boring. Do whatever you want, and if it's too crazy, so you can't move houses into the position that you want, just change it or make it a park. Parks can be whatever shape you want it to be, or even a square. The layout for the lower area is pretty much complete. We may, of course, change some things. But let's take a look on the schools, because I do think that the Mediterranean pack came with 2. Yeah, 2 it is. There's elementary school right here with a capacity of 1,000. Yeah, we'll definitely add that one. And also this high school with a capacity of 800 students. We're gonna add a lot of residential, so let's add these schools to the area. I think this spot right here really suits it. We'll just move it slightly, and there we are. We might actually, I think it's a bit too low, so yeah, the extension here actually adds another floor, so that's perfect. Yeah, let's add that one right there. Yeah, look at this. This is a very cute building, I think. Yeah, it'll fit the area very well. And I like the colors of it. The pastel colors. Yeah, very cute indeed. Let's just add the elementary school next to the high school here. And again, it looks very cute, very nice. And extended. Yeah, good. It looks good both ways. I'm not sure if I want it to be extended though. I kind of like this. I like this. But we need to move this a little bit to the right. Something like that. Extended or not? I mean, it looks good. Let's leave it unextended for the moment. We will, of course, have to remove these fences here. Probably, I mean, this is a massive amount of lights, so let's remove the lights as well. And I guess the high school has 100 lights as well. Yeah, let's remove those and we'll add our own later on. But for now, that's a good start. School situation covered. I did add the police building as well here. That's going to be moved, but I did want to add it because we are actually having a little bit of an issue with crime, especially since the last update. So we need to address that. So it's going to be placed opposite the schools temporarily. We'll move that later. But for now, let's start with the actual residential buildings. I do have to say, these buildings look absolutely amazing. The colors and yeah, everything is just absolutely perfect. So hats off to the creator of this pack. Really, really good work. The only thing I would want is actually to have some combined, you know, residential and commercial, because at the moment there is only residential buildings. But again, stunning work. Absolutely perfect. I mean, we could leave this as it is with the different colors, but I like my blocks to have the same color. So let's go for this orange one here. I think that one looks amazing. Let's just color all the buildings in. Yeah, I mean, this looks, yeah, this is good. 18 households, I guess. Yeah, 18 households in pretty much all of these, 12 in this. Yeah, all that remains now is a little bit of greenery. So let's just take a couple of trees from here and place them here. Obviously, we'll want some fully grown already. And if you remember what we talked about earlier, if you use Move It, you can move the houses in corners like this, so you get a nice angle. So for the corner building here, we could just place it on an angle like that, or we could keep it like this. If we keep it like this, we'll just move it a little bit there, and then we'll take the white building and move it into position like this. And there we go. It kind of looks okay. It's a bit quirky, but still very lovely indeed. So let's just play with the Move It mod, and you'll probably find a nice angle that you enjoy. So for this next area, I want to try a house like this with these lovely arches underneath. So let's do that. I mean, just imagine that underneath here, behind these arches, would have been lovely having a lot of storefronts. I mean, yeah. But, yeah, let's stop complaining about that now and just carry on. Let's decorate the intersections here where we lose some of the parking with some nice palm trees and some benches. It's a bit difficult to place them, as you can see, they're kind of lower into the sea there. But if we place them a little bit up on the street like this and then use Move It, we can just drag them into position and the height will remain. The same goes, of course, for the benches. So let's do that real quickly. We're just placing down the last flower pot here, or flower bed. We placed a couple of palm trees and some benches for people to sit and relax. And so far, I think this area is shaping up to look fairly good. Fairly good, at least. I'm happy with the results so far. This is how far we are going to get in this new district today. As you can see, the name is Sofia. I think that suits the area very well. There is one thing though that I want to do before we end this episode, and that is up in this area right here. I want to try to get a small rail yard in, so we can have at least one outer connection serviced by rail today. I'm not very good at decorating rail yards and stuff, but let's at least try. Let's connect the maintenance building itself to the road. So we'll just add a small alleyway in front of this building. We might actually change this to having parking on one side. The building itself already has parking, but I mean, a little bit more parking would probably be nice and beneficial. Let's just go for something like this for the moment. We'll probably change it again to add more parking. We'll bring the road in here because I want to have maybe one or two industrial buildings in here. Small buildings. Then we might actually bring the rail tracks crossing as well. For the industrial building, we will just add something low. That should do. That should do. And then we'll add another one. I mean, we could do this, but nah, not for a rail yard. This will do. We could even merge these together like this, right? Yeah. This could be a nice mechanical shop or whatever, you know. Just change the color there. We of course have to address the white or gray roof color there. Should we add another one? Nah, just these two for the moment, and we'll try to decorate around them. And of course, a rail yard needs some trains and locomotives, so we'll add a couple of props here and there. Some locos. See, we can add this one. Try to get it on the track itself, close to the buffers. There we are. And we could also add another one here, maybe something like that. maybe a car in behind. Should we do that? I mean, this is probably gonna be passenger rail yard, so that shouldn't really be there. Let's remove that and continue with some passenger trains instead. In the end, I decide to add some parking. As you can see, this might be a bit excessive though for a rail yard this size. So let's remove some of that and move this one to around here. Then we'll move this one to there maybe. So we've kind of reduced the amount of parking there with probably 30-40%. It's still a lot, again, for a rail yard this size, but yeah, will do. It'll do. We've added some fences all around the yard itself. Now we're just adding some safety barriers, you know, throughout the place. And for the corner here down by the buffers, we're just gonna add a couple of these, you know, rubble things, garbage. So it's gonna be basically a big garbage pile with some rocks, some wood, as you can see. Nothing special. Again, I have to download the dirty 5-pack or the dirty decals. I don't know the name. So we can add them to the ground so it looks like it's been here for a while. For the train there up closest to the tracks, I want to add some graffiti, so we're just going to imagine that that is a train that's been there for a while waiting for maintenance, and of course, if it stands there for a while, the risk for graffiti is of course higher, so let's just add a couple of decals to the train itself, if I can manage to add them, of course. But of course, it's not all about the trains. Let's add some other vehicles, maybe some trucks and trailers to decorate the place a bit further. I do have to say, I did download these dirt decals and they do a great job. They do a great job indeed. So let's add a couple of these tire tracks as well. And a little bit more decoration, of course. But yeah, this is not bad. Or at least not as bad as I thought it might be. And of course, you know me, there is gonna be a little bit of greenery, but a very small amount compared to what I usually do. So just some bushes and some trees maybe here and there, but just a very, very small amount of greenery this time. For the crossing there to the left or the entrance, I'm thinking we should add some kind of guardhouse. So let's copy this building right here and see if we can place it. Thinking to the left here, we could add this one, and I do see another one that I want to use. This one right here. So let's place that one as well. Maybe on each side if we can get it down, something like that. The same for the other side. In the old days, there would probably be some kind of workers or guards here to make sure that people didn't enter the yard. Nowadays, that's probably be replaced by cameras. So let's add one, if I can spell camera right, of course. There we are. So let's just add one of these, or possibly two. If we can get them to... Oh, okay, there we are. Yeah. Let's add one camera there and another one here. Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the depot or rail yard is done. And from a distance, I think it looks really good. From a distance, it does actually look really good. It's close to the main station, and I did add a couple more of graffiti decals to the train closest to the main station, as you can see. I did add some greenery, not much at all actually. Another couple of locos and another train here under the bridge. More locos, of course, and some cars. Couple of containers, and we have the main building itself here. And the parking lot is actually used to 100%, so that's good. We do have some more room if we want to add more decorations, but so far I'm quite happy with this. We did add a couple more trucks here, and of course this is the first vehicle that we placed down, and I see that it's actually off track there, so I'll adjust that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. And again, if you like this episode, please give it a like and subscribe and tell me your comments below. We'll end it with a nice couple of cinematics. Thank you and bye-bye.